From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 5 o'clock news.
Well, you have something borrowed, you're something blue, you're something old, and now here's something new, a surprise wedding.
Yep, next it's a nuptial trend catching family and friends off guard. Why more couples are opting for a surprise wedding and how to pull it off.
Surprise weddings are on the rise. The event is billed as some other sort of party, only to become the actual ceremony.
Yep, consumer reporter Tampa Banerjee talked to a couple about how it helped them save time, money, and stress.
We pulled it off without anybody really knowing until the very last minute.
Until the last minute, guests thought they were there for a big family party.
You decided to have a birthday party, a Christmas party, but then surprise.
But Smitty and Katie Smith had a surprise.
It wasn't just a housewarming, it wasn't just the birthdays. Now we're getting married.
Only Smitty's sister and brother-in-law knew.
They were aware of it, but everybody else was kind of like dumbfounded until your Aunt Joan started, "Oh my God!"
Late RSVPs, unexpected costs, personal drama, weddings can go from joy to anxiety.
And I knew that if I had my family involved in the planning, they'd still not be talking to each other.
So they decided, why bother? And they're not alone. Surprise weddings have been on the rise since 2014, even being described by the New York Times recently as a trend.
What made you decide to do it that way?
We didn't want to elope because we did want to have family there, but we wanted to kind of get them there as a surprise. Saving stress for us and for them.
And saving money. The average cost of a wedding in the U.S. is between $29,000 and $31,000, honeymoon not included. That's according to WeddingStats.com. This happy couple spent under $300.
A couple of party platters and some booze, and we were done.
We sent to save the date for his
Jessica
birthday
Ralph
party
is a
first,
wedding planner.
just to help. People are spending a lot these days. They're spending, upwards of $80,000 on a wedding. They're going big.
Who planned her own surprise wedding.
I think for me, because I'm a wedding planner, everyone expected a really elaborate wedding and, some shock factor. And so I was like, how can I do that and make it affordable at the same time?
Guests thought they were arriving for a fancy 40th birthday party for her husband. Jess's favorite moment? Telling their moms.
And I said, hey, we have a surprise for you. And I handed them like a little gift and then said, today is not just a party, it's also our wedding day. And they both started crying, so it was really sweet.
If you're considering planning a surprise wedding, rely on select people to help. It doesn't have to be a total secret.
We had probably 5 or 6 people total that knew.
Craft creative invitations to emphasize the importance of attending without giving it away.
Just make sure that you get an RSVP, because then they're a little more committed.
And you can still have a wedding party and a traditional reception.
There's even some brides who surprise their bridal party during the day of and shock them and say, hey, by the way, you're my maid of honor today. Okay. So it happens. But you can definitely have all the elements of a traditional wedding and still do a surprise wedding.
Or not.
Or not.
The Smiths did not.
Did you have a first dance?
No. I don't think we did.
No.
Did you have a cake?
Nope.
Nope.
Did you have a toast?
Oh, yes.
That. Of course. Yes, we had a toast. A few.
When the Smiths reflect back on their 16 years of marriage, they have this advice for couples planning their weddings now.
It's their decision, but in my heart, it's just a waste of money. That's what I think, is that you could do a lot with that money on other things.
Don't try to
Please everybody.
Yeah, don't try to please everybody. Don't try to outdo everyone else. Do what you want. It's your wedding.
Right.
We did what we wanted, and it worked out very well.
Tampa Banerjee, Fox 13 News.
I love that. I know. I helped a friend pull off a surprise wedding 15 years ago.
And everybody enjoyed it, right?
Everybody loved it.
So
Yeah.
you were the trend. You were doing the trend before it was
way before
trendy.
it was a real thing. So.